Today is such a good day. I'm snuggled up in my bed, my little siblings are asleep, I have no responsibilities at the right now. Let's escape reality and oh my goodness! Well, that's today's seconds at least. Howdy, it's me, Max Dragonwolf. Today's a good day to talk about things that should be common sense, no? Before I make this commentary a commentary, I will introduce you to our common specimen. Meet AwesomeCat. Take one good look at their name and tell me what's wrong in it in 3 seconds, okay? 3, 2, 1, go! It's the symbol in their name. Let me explain to people who don't know. This seemingly harmless Greek symbol is an identifying tool for zoophiles online. These same zoophiles often advocate for zoophile acceptance by throwing themselves in the same umbrella as LGBTQ people around the world. Now, hopefully I shouldn't explain why feeling a sexual attraction towards animals is bad, let alone comparing yourself to queer people. Before we get into it, I would like to point out one thing I just can't ignore. When you're attempting to expose a non-cis person, do not misgender them in any way, shape, or form. Not only is that pretty silly as respecting pronouns is not a conditional privilege, but it doesn't scream good faith when you're disrespecting your target. I don't care about any harm she did. We'll get there. To me, you're cisgender. It is not your place to misgender someone based off their accents. And if you're on cis, well, same on you. With all that out of the way, let's get this over with. I got a book to read with my homies.
What's up, guys? Today we're going to be exposing Bluefolf on Twitter. So you may know this person, who is the owner of this upcoming company First Sodas, and today I'm going to be showing you a very disturbing tweet that he made.
Oh, a disturbing tweet he made, eh? Do tell. Hopefully you won't disappoint me.
Which is just right up here. So you can see that he made this tweet. These two Greek symbols equals cool, based as fuck Therian symbol. But Zeta equals ugly, gross, zoophile symbol. Puking emoji, no entry emoji. And if you're not sure what a Therian is, it's basically just somebody who identifies as an animal. So what he's saying is that it's good to be identified as an animal, but it's wrong to be attracted to them.
You don't say! Like, no shit Therians are gonna be accepted, but zoophiles are outcasted. When someone identifies as an animal on a spiritual level, no shit they're gonna be accepted into a furry fandom. Literally trying to compare yourself to Therian so you can feel unjustly wronged.
And I don't have any real problem with Therians, but this unnecessary hatred here is just ridiculous.
Unnecessary hatred that is just ridiculous? Are you kidding me? I am not surprised considering you publicly identify as a zoophile unironically, but it still makes me laugh because the concept is just ridiculous. Seriously, look at me dead in the fucking eye and tell me you're being wrongly prosecuted for being into animals. Like you're out here feeling a sexual attraction towards animals, wanting to fuck them, and believing they can consent to being fucked. And you think that you're being baited again?
So I just thought I'd make this video to expose Bluefolf so you can see who he really is. Thanks for watching.
You're trying to expose Blue for who she really is? Well, I see that's a basic individual, so hacks failed successfully, I guess? I seriously want to know your thought process while I'm making this video. So that's the end of the video. I know, it was quick. Luckily I do not plan on stopping here as I found another terrible video AwesomeCat made on Bluefolf and that was even more shittier than the last one. No pun intended.
What's up, guys? Today we're going to be exposing Bluefolf on Twitter again with new evidence. So Bluefolf has this backup account called Bluepop Backup. And you can see that he made this tweet right here where he says, I do have an IRL scat fetish.
Are you seriously still misgendering Bluefolf? I mean, it seems like you never changed one bit through the 6 months between the first and the second video on Bluefolf.
And you can tell that this is real because the person who he's talking to says, I have a question, Blue. So you know that it's not just some person who changed his account to look like Bluefolf's after a very long time. And there's more evidence that this is actually Bluefolf right here, as you can see from this tweet. I am not anti-scat fetish, but since this is Bluefolf, I decided to make a video about it. So thanks for watching.
If you're not anti-scat fetish, then why are you using its apparent scat fetish Blue has against her? I mean, I find scat and having a fetish for it is I'm not going to harass any people with scat fetishes because I just don't like them. I don't know, you can call it holding it out all you want, but I am against harassment. Sucking, I know. And now it's time for me to cover the last video of today's commentary. It's video on Koshi Does Art.
What's up guys, today we're going to be exposing Koshi Does Art on Twitter. So as you can see, he made this
Dude, are you really misgendering Koshi right now?
Tweet saying, with all the negativity happening recently, let's try to make it a bit more positive. But that tweet is very ironic because as you can see here, he made this.
First off, that first tweet was posted on February 6, 2024, while the tweet you got to expose her was made January 26, 2024. Second, there's nothing ironic about it. You guys do not deserve a safe space within the fandom. Have you ever heard the paradox of tolerance? Well, if you didn't read the image I dropped in time, the paradox of tolerance is the paradox suggesting that a tolerant society should not tolerate intolerance, else it would lead to the extinction of tolerance. All in separate terms, don't include everyone in your inclusive space, or else it isn't inclusive. How does this apply to the furry fandom? Simple. You're the intolerant party being excluded and demanding to be respected.
Evil propaganda art.
The fuck you mean evil propaganda art? That statement alone tells me you don't know the meaning of the words you say. It's not propaganda to say that zoo files and PDF files are not valid because they are true. Want a propaganda example? Look up some anti-trans bullshit going on today and learn.
And then he also started commissioning it for a bunch of other people. Then even posted it again, right here. Funny how he made this mocking tweet with this gif right here. And then shortly after, he makes this.
What are you getting at here? So what if he made a mocking post and then took a break? He was getting death threats by people like you. You really expected to put up and shut up because you mocked the people angry at what you said even when at the face of death threats?
He also made this tweet right here saying that trans people are valid, so treat them with the same respect you would for anyone else.
It's not owe you respect. You're a zoophile. You're sexually attracted to animals. She does not have to respect you for that because there's nothing respectful about wanting to fuck animals. Also, are you using Koshi's trans visibility day trait against her? It's not like you're any better considering that you're misgendering her. Oh, but I used the correct pronouns in the thumbnails. So, I had to change the fact that you're misgendering Koshi.
And to that I say, why do you find it so hard to also give the same respect to the people you keep attacking?
Attacking my ass. You're not always respectful being a zoophile. Also, saying zoophiles are invalid is not the same as criticizing people that posted NSFW to an artist that contains minors and you could have made an AD. This apple is not an orange. Howdy, editing Max here. So, looking back at this, AwesomeCat seems to be talking about the tweet Koshi made when he talked about respect, and to do that I say, safe for world content creators who post NSFW to their audience don't deserve much respect, as there is a 100% chance there are minors in said audience. When you don't label yourself 18+, minors will follow you. Big whoop. The two examples I named that might have been relevant to the tweet are Neon Wolf and JT Wusky, but then posted something NSFW to their safer work audiences, and labeled themselves 18+ after their backlash, even though both of them had made a following that makes up of some minors. So they effectively wound up suing away a portion of that audience instead of apologizing. Worst part is that both of them has NSFW accounts. At least I know JT has, not sure about Neon. Anyways, editing Max out.
You can see that he also made more of these propaganda tweets saying never stop spreading the word.
It is not propaganda. Try again.
And also making this propaganda art. And then he invalidates the support of zoophiles. Rather the support by zoophiles and then...
Oh my god. Shut the fuck up. It's her boundary. You are not owed respect.
Does it again. And then here.
Of course you're a defender of Feral. For those who don't know the problem behind Feral and Cub, let's just say the former attracts an audience in zoophiles and the latter is furry cheese pizza. You're into Cub, you're a PDF file. Simple as that. Pedophilia is a sexual attraction towards young children. Even if it's all fictional and fantasy and whatnot, you're feeling a sexual attraction towards a child, which makes you, by definition, a pedo. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Feeling a sexual attraction towards non-human animals makes you a zoophile by definition. Before I get some idiot strawmanning to counter my statement, your right to get off to and for animals is not being infringed upon.
You can see that he suppressed this tweet right here. And then here you can see him admitting to being an anti-pedophile propaganda.
Alright, if you're so certain it's propaganda, why don't you tell us what's so propaganda about it? No, please, I actually want you to tell me, like, right now.
Here you can just see a really silly take.
What's so silly about it? Please tell me so I can actually try to debunk it for one. As for the take itself, I'm going to draw what is apparently and somehow a controversial line in the sand. Cub and lolly are not good ways to cope with your trauma. I mean, how exactly does it help? In fact, Koshi has a point. There are better ways to cope with CSA that does not involve you getting up to what is essentially your trauma but drawn and made to look hot. Now, I may not be a CSA victim or a psychologist, but I'm pretty dang sure you don't need to be either to know why it's wrong. All you need is a couple of brain cells, eyes and ears, and some common sense. The last one seems to be rare nowadays.
And then here you can see blatant discrimination with what is basically slur usage.
Blatant discrimination and slur usage? How? Can you point to me, Rail? I can argue why it's not discrimination. Kochi did this because the minor was interacting with NSFW content. Should I even explain why they shouldn't be doing that?
So I just decided to make this video to show you that Koshi isn't actually very wholesome, and that Koshi is actually a vicious anti-pedophile propaganda spreader. This is all of the evidence that I have to show, so thanks for watching.
Well, your evidence is stupid. All of them are you using your tweets against her and trying to twist her arm into supporting zoophiles. And speaking of zoophiles, let's draw our conclusion. So this one's gonna be a bit long, but I feel like it needs to be said. Zoophile advocacy is bad. All of it. Every single one of it. Animals cannot consent to sexual acts done by humans. Anyone who says otherwise is trying to sell you something. I really hate to tell you this. Zoophile spaces do not help you, rather they feed into your zoophilia. Pedophiles are not of respect at all. The only exception I can think of is when it comes to things that is just fantasy and fantasy only. It can't be recreated in real life no matter how much you try. I get the feeling of feeling isolated in your own mind. I have been there and can empathize with you if you've been in that dark place. But there is a difference between us. A very big and considerable difference. There is nothing wrong with being asexual. There is nothing wrong with being aromantic. There is nothing wrong with being non-binary. But there is everything wrong with being into animals. Even if you have yet to victimize an animal, the idea of being into animals is still bad, because when you realize you are into animals, you have two paths to take. Either you can find help as hard as you can, or not find help, rather be proud of the fact you want to screw animals. Before I conclude this conclusion, I would like to point out one more thing. Comparing zoophiles to gay people is asinine. Humans can consent to sexual activity, but dogs cannot. In fact, saying such is literally a Nazi belief. That's all for now. I'm exhausted. Now it's time for me to take my well-deserved break. Goodbye for now.